What's up, everyone? My name is Aaron Collins, and this is another rendition of me addressing worldly issues in a godly way. You know, for most of my life growing up, I've always was under the notion that what's that old saying? That one drop of black blood makes you black. And for a long time, I believed that. And I always considered biracials to be black. But now, my way of thinking is about to change, for the simple fact is that biracials are now wanting to consider themselves as a separate group. And that's about to segue, I'm about to segue into the main cause of this particular topic. But I wanted to say that many times as black people, we want biracials to be black despite the fact that they're not completely black. They're like most of the biracials I've met have been a combination of black and white. There's other biracials too, but black and white is the most common. And as much as we want them to be black, they simply aren't. And they have a right to be what they identify with. So, without saying any more, Meghan Markle and Prince Harry just got married. I'm sure many people watched the wedding. And a lot of black women were flocking and just celebrating and congratulating, thinking that this was some kind of victory, they were saying, for black women. That, yeah, she was the first black woman to marry into royalty. Despite the fact that Meghan Markle never once identified herself with being black. As a matter of fact, she's not chosen not to identify with being black. She's identified as herself as being biracial. And a lot of people will say that she's bedwenching. And I had to really do some thinking and some soul searching and a little bit of research on my own. And listening to what other people have said, it makes sense. She's really not bedwenching because her father is a white man. Her mom is black. Now, when some biracials, you can tell some biracials phenotypically do look African descended, while others, mostly like Meghan Markle, looks more Caucasoid. If you look at Meghan Markle, in my opinion, to me, she doesn't even look like she's even remotely mixed with a black person. She and Paula Patton both look like they could pass as full white women. Now, what I'm saying here is that as black people, we've always wanted to claim other people among us. We've always accepted other people among us. And we just really needed to have our own space and develop our own selves and be our own people. And that was always the case. Like most biracials, Meghan Markle is an exception. She's the product of a white father and a black mother. But most biracials are usually the product of a black father and a white mother. And it's usually the white mother that's left to raise these biracial mixed children. And a lot of times when they grow up, because they were raised by their white mom, they identify with white culture, which is something that we really cannot find them at fault at, because that's the culture they grew up around. Is that to say that they don't love their black side? Not necessarily. But most of the time, they grew up around their white side. Well, Meghan Markle, her mom was at the wedding. From the clips I've seen on television and magazine articles. Her father, on the other hand, was not there. From what I understand, her father wasn't even part of her life. Matter of fact, she doesn't get along with her white side. She and her sister are at odds, but that's another conversation for something else. That really has nothing to do with what I'm talking about. The point I'm trying to make is that as biracials they're not obligated to show or identify themselves with being black. And I'm starting to see that now. Now, listening to what other YouTubers have spoken, who have done videos on this particular topic, I'm starting to see how what they're saying now. It does make complete sense. And I may, and even myself, I've said some things possibly in the past that about Meghan Markle. I mean, I don't have nothing against Meghan Markle. I don't even know her. All I do understand that is she was an actress here in the United States, and being in Hollywood shows and things like that. But as far as who she chooses to identify with, hey, we really can't fault her for that. And the same could be said for Halle Berry, Colin Kaepernick, and any other biracial people that we know. And speaking of Halle Berry, she's another prime example. She was accused of being a bed wench, but technically she couldn't be a bed wench because her mom is white. So for her to be with white men, well, that's part of her genetic makeup. So it makes sense. Now, people like Colin Kaepernick, who chooses to identify as being black, well, hey, I can't argue with him on that either. I mean, because phenotypically speaking, once again, many biracials do look like they could be full black. Because I guarantee, given the right situation, right circumstances, and you get the right officer who makes the traffic stop, that officer is not going to see you as being biracial. He's going to see you as black. The perfect example was Tiger Woods. So, anyway, I just wanted to just mention that and talk about how so many people wanted to jump on the Meghan Markle Prince Harry bandwagon, which, by the way, Meghan Markle, she's going into a family that she's going to be forever scrutinized, from what I understand, by the Queen, and she's about to see the royal way of life, about to see how Prince Harry truly lives. Prince Harry, from what I understand, is known to wear Nazi costumes at Halloween parties. So, of course, he's going to say, oh, well, he was just wearing a costume, just joking around. But he's also part of depopulating of Africa, which is something else that's been happening. You see, it's all part of the global white supremacist agenda. Biracial, whether you're biracial or not, she still has enough melanin inside of her that's going to boost them and give them the strength that they need. And that's something that we definitely need to take in consideration. So what we need to consider doing, what we really need to do, is worry about building up our own communities and establishing our own selves within society and get some power to our own community. Anyway, everyone, I just wanted to just put that on everyone's mind. Like, comment, subscribe, share this video. Let me know what you think. It's something worth talking about. Anyway, everyone, support me at paypal.me/TheRealAaronCollins. Once again, like, comment, subscribe, share this video, hit the bell notification, so when I drop another video, you will be instantly notified. And boom, pow, get on with the rest of our day. So, God loves you, I love you. Everyone, let's do life.